G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, we're not back, we're actually back finally with another happy flying video. So happy flying video number 27, and a bit of a different view for you guys, because so many of you guys out there, you know, you've seen the UAVfutures test track, and I absolutely love that track, but I've realized I don't show you too much footage anyway of some other places I fly, so I'm going to try and do some happy flying episodes, because I haven't done some of these in ages. But basically, if you're new to the channel, happy flying videos where I talk about some little, I guess, tips on how to get better at flying or something to do with actual piloting. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the importance of why acro pilots should do some racing and why racing pilots should do some acro. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say, and look, this is just my opinion, but they're going to say, Stuart, you know, racing pilots, what do you mean? I should be practicing racing, and acro pilots saying, Stuart, get off my back, I just want to do some pretty acro moves. And I guess if you're happy with doing that and that works, that's totally fine. But when I'm flying around, I like to put myself in new situations, and what I've found is I do a lot of this sort of flying, so low to the ground, really, I guess, aiming at gates, trying to push as fast as I can, but I want to put myself in other situations because I think acro flying for a racing pilot offers a whole new set of skills that you can acquire that you can then incorporate into your actual racing. So in a minute we're going to have a look at some acro flying. I think I clipped Grumpy Tree. Yeah, okay, sorry Trevor, that was my bad. I said he hit me, but that was actually mine. But here's what it looks like. I decided to test out some acro and we'll zip around, and I definitely think when you're an acro pilot, you need to think about the whole environment totally differently. You can see, look, I call this acro for me because I'm not the greatest acro pilot or anything like that, and I think you can definitely see where the racer in me or the track flyer, I like to sort of hit gaps as fast as I can as coming through. But there's a lot of times when you're flying around in acro that you just have to respond very, very differently and very, very quickly to your environment. So you might see something on the racetrack, everything is planned out, you know where the corners are going to be, you know how fast you should be hitting it, you know what angle to be taking. But when you're doing acro, I think it's all spontaneous. And the reason that that's important, like developing those spontaneous skills are important, because on a racetrack, if you want to get better, you're bursting some opponents. Someone might pop up in front of you, a gate might get clipped, and you've got to zip through. And those spontaneous skills that you've learned in acro, they're going to be what makes the difference when you're going around and flying. You might be offline for something, you need to react really, really quickly. And I think the skills where I think you get those spontaneous skills the most in acro. So for anybody out there, I would say definitely, if you want to get better at racing, try, as crazy as it sounds, try your hand at acro, because you never know when something's going to come up, that little spontaneous part, and I really think those skills are going to transfer across. Even though I think I broke a prop here. This part was a little bit frustrating because I was kind of enjoying that flight. And for the freestyle pilots out there, I would say, you know, how does this sort of flying help your acro flying? Well, I think there's like freestyle, it's so much flips and rolls, and everyone focuses on smoothness with freestyle, but I would love to see, I guess, some aggression when it comes there. So when you're out there, you're zipping around, you don't have to be on the course, but just going through some places really, really quick, being really aggressive, and then combining it with some nice gentle big loops and sweeping curves, which are so synonymous with freestyle or acro flying. I think that's going to come off with some really, really cool footage. So either way, I guess my little tip today would be, if you're an acro pilot or a race pilot, you know, go out and say, you know what, today I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do a bit of a different session, because I definitely think you're going to learn a lot of new skills and it's going to develop your flying overall. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Definitely subscribe for more FPV related content. Got unlucky with the tree there. And as always, happy flying.
Oh, I broke a prop.